Most of the people that we serve, probably the vast majority of the people that we serve are going to be somewhere in either the pre-contemplation stage of change where they don't see a problem yet, maybe moving into contemplation because you've got some time in jail to kind of think about what brought you there. And then they also could be in the relapse stage. So they might have had a year, 2 years, 10 years clean, and then, just messed up. Or if their issue isn't drugs and it's mental health, maybe they stop taking their medication, or engaging in mental health appointments or whatnot like that. If it's criminal behavior, then maybe they never got in trouble for a few years and then everything went south and they robbed a store, so they're either usually in stage 1 or 2 or in stage 6. This is the portion where we figure out how we can help you. If there's any other way that we can help you besides just bailing you out of jail. So you're sitting in jail, which sucks. Is there anything that you think contributed to you being here?
I would say probably my lack of reasoning with potential consequences, and not understanding fully kind of what I was doing before I was doing it. So not really thinking about things, maybe just acting first.
Okay. Is that something that you think a change could be made somehow? Something that, you could do, or something we could help you access that might change that? Does that sound like something you might be interested in?
Yeah, I think there's just a lot of things that happened at one time, like lost my job, and then my car went down. And so just maybe having some kind of resources to help me get back on my feet would be great. So that I can actually, keep a job and not kind of get myself in a situation like I did.
Okay. Yeah, we have a lot of partners that we work with, and we can definitely provide you with some referrals, introductions to organizations that can help you obtain good employment, something that you want. They're going to talk to you and find out, like what you're interested in instead of just shoving you in a hotel. Yeah, we have a lot of different community partners that can help meet some of that stuff if that's something that you're interested in accessing. Do you think that, do you have any, I just want to sorry, I'm a little all over the place. I just want to reassure you that none of your answers to any of these questions are going to determine whether we bail you out or not. This is just information that we kind of gather to see how we can help you after we bail you out. Do you have any issues with any kind of substances, alcohol, drugs, anything like that?
Yeah, I've used. I don't think that I've ever used to the point where I need any kind of help. But yeah, I have used, and I've been able to just keep it under control and not be, reckless with it.
Okay. How about do you need access to mental health services? Would you be interested in talking to a counselor?
Yeah, I think so. I think that would be great, and just really kind of organizing my life. And I think it probably is a lot of the things that I've done to get in trouble have been just a result of being just maybe feeling a little hopeless or emotionally kind of all over the place. So I do think that maybe therapy could be a help.
Okay. Yeah, we have access to a lot of really good providers. We also have access to peer resources if that's something that you're interested in, is like some peer mentoring or something like that. And then do you have any ideas about what that might look like for you?
Therapy?
Mm-hmm. Like, would you be interested in engaging in like a inpatient, outpatient, once a week, once a month?
I would be interested in one-on-one or group therapy if like-minded. So maybe people that have been in similar situations as me. Mm-hmm. Groups would be nice, or a one-on-one, yeah.
Okay. If I provide you with a phone number for someone to call, would you be able to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds great. And then let's see, we're going to post your bail tomorrow morning, first thing, and you should be released around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We will be here to pick you up. Is there anybody that you'd like us to call to come get you, or we can just send you home in a Lyft as well?
My grandma should be able to get me.
Okay.
I gave her contact information earlier. So I think she should be able to get me.
Right. And is grandma a really good support person for you?
Yes.
She's someone that can kind of help you through this process?
Definitely, yes.
Fantastic. For the stages of change, what I'm hearing from you is that you did identify yourself some areas where you'd like to see change. I offered some options and also tried to pull back out of you like what that would look like for you ideally, rather than just saying I'm going to send you to this place. And based on my interaction with you, then we were able to create a plan where I can give you a referral. I'm going to give you the number. You can call and get it set up. You've got grandma to be kind of a support person. And what I would say is that you're somewhere in the kind of between stage 2 and stage 3 with the between contemplation and determination. And so the motivational interviewing piece would be after we met, after your release, say you've called and set up this appointment already with the people, or maybe even already had one. And then you kind of stopped going. You just kind of fell off and didn't do that anymore. And so now we're having a follow-up meeting to kind of talk about what's going on. I'm going to ask you, how did it go? And you'll give me some feedback on that. And then I'll do the motivational interviewing portion. So, hey, Amber, how did it go with that counselor?
I mean, overall it went well. When I first started going, I really liked the energy. I like that it felt relatable. It felt like I was being understood. So yeah, I really liked it when I was going.
Okay, so you really liked it and had a good experience with your counselor. That sounds fantastic. Are you going regularly?
I kind of stopped going. I had to start working, and that kind of got in the way of work, and so I stopped going.
It was kind of a struggle for you to balance work and counseling.
Yeah. I really want to keep this job. I really want to be able to have income so that I can continue to provide just for my kid. And yeah, so I didn't think that it would be. I didn't think I could balance both of those at the same time.
Yeah, it sounds like you had to prioritize working and being able to pay your bills, overseeing the counselor. I hear that. That is kind of a difficult place to be. Do you think that you would like to return to counseling if you could?
Yeah, definitely. I think I was just trying to get settled into work and get in the schedule and all that. But if there was a time that was outside of that work time, then yeah, I would definitely be interested in that.
Okay, so if there was a time that worked, then we might be able to do that. Is there, I could offer you some other resources that might offer groups or one-on-ones at a time that works better for you. Mm-hmm. Probably, let me think about it. Can you tell me a little bit more about what really helped you with counseling?
Yes, I think I was able to, one, be heard and be understood, but also I think that I was able to understand kind of the progression of how I got to where I was, and how to not go back there, how to move forward more healthily. So I think that was pretty helpful.
So it was really beneficial to you to feel heard and understood. And it also helped you kind of visualize the path that you had been on and where you wanted to go next. Okay. So it sounds like you're telling me kind of, let me make sure I understand it all, that it's pretty basic, right? You really enjoyed counseling. You saw the benefits to it, but it just doesn't really fit in your schedule right now. Okay, what do you think we could do to try to maybe get you back into counseling?
Preferably need an evening counseling session. So
Okay. Yeah, we've got a few providers that can accommodate that. Are you interested in getting their numbers?
yeah, definitely.
Okay, I can totally do that. How about we meet next week and just kind of follow up on what kind of feedback you've gotten from the different counselors and see if we're able to get you in somewhere.
Okay.
All right, thanks. It's a lot of kind of reflecting back to the person what they're saying and getting the person to really like talk about the positive things of doing this. Most people are more resistant. You see kind of a lot of, oh, it just doesn't fit in my schedule and I didn't really think that it was helping or, you know, whatever. And then you can kind of ask them, well, what was the best thing about it? And then they start talking about the good stuff and it reinforces it in their brain.
Mm-hmm.
So then they're like, oh, okay, well, there were benefits from it, and then work together on a plan and help them come up with what that plan needs to look like from their perspective. So that's kind of the basis of it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can use it every time. And the kind of cool thing about you can know if it's working or not, because if you're using MI kind of feedback and interaction, then that resistance is not going to so much be there.
Mm-hmm.
And when it is, that can be your cue to kind of take a different way, use one of the other MI skills.